If you could perform with anyone from the past, who would it be? You didn't even put hashtags in there. Hashtag Big Mama Sound.
I did in the live, and I didn't think about it. Sorry.
Angela has a question. Great video. If you could perform with anyone, does that mean someone who's passed away? Mm-hmm. Someone from the past who has passed away. Howdy, y'all.
Hi, guys.
It's Ryan.
And Angela.
From Hard Name Music. Hey, you got some shirts. I know, you're super cute. Your favorite mom, your favorite mom and pop guitar shop, music lesson studio, deep in the heart of Texas. That's where we're at, and it's time for episode 388 of Ask RNA. 388 episodes of Angela answering your questions.
That's what I do.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that. Let's go. Welcome back. If you're new here, we have a little guitar shop and music lesson studio in a small town. We teach music lessons.
Yes, we do.
All week long. People. And we sell stuff and things.
All the things.
Yeah. And sometimes we make YouTube videos. And this is one of those videos. I think this is the longest running series of just us answering questions.
Yeah.
Which is super fun.
Yeah, because you show up for it. So
you guys and girls keep coming back. So here we are. All right. So let's get to the questions.
Okay.
First question. At Martin Hensley 2377. When do you go live? Well, we don't go live very much.
Yeah.
Hardly ever.
It's just whenever we get the inkling.
Yeah, hardly ever do we go live streaming. Sometimes I do, occasionally. Yeah. Like I did last week. I did a live thing.
Yes.
But there's no like plan for that. So we do premiere the Ask RNA videos, which means it's pre-recorded.
Yes.
Then when I publish it, we'll do a live premiere. So there's actually a little chat on the side, so we can have a live conversation as we're watching the video together for the first time.
Yeah, we talk to you live.
Yeah.
But we don't record live all the time.
Right. And so usually the Ask RNA, originally it was Fridays, and then sometimes it was Saturdays. Right now it's like roughly Sunday mornings-ish. Sometime on Sunday is probably when this video is going to go up, just because our lives are so busy. So we got to make time. We've been trying to film this for a while, and people in the shop, so couldn't film. Anyways, so randomly do we go live? But yeah, thanks for the question. Next question, at Matt Haji 725. Big Mama Sal hashtag. Good show, RNA. Does your Mahusiv kids watch your Q&A videos? Thanks for the video. Do our boys watch our videos?
No.
No. Not at all.
No, I don't think they ever will, unless they're on it.
Right. Maybe like in 20 years, if the world still exists.
I think like whenever Sean was visiting, he and Aiden actually watched a few of the videos. Yeah.
One of our nephews was visiting.
Yeah, because Aiden was talking about my not aging.
Right.
And so he was like, no, there's proof. Look. And he took Sean to our Ask RNAs, and he was like, look.
Here's mom 10 years ago.
Over and over again. Because there's, proof. I mean, not of me not aging. I'm aging. But it was just funny.
Yeah. Like Wolverine ages extremely slowly.
It was just funny. Because they had watched them then, but it was just because they were talking about how I still look the same.
Yeah, I mean, we do have students that'll watch. We have students who are like, I watched your video. I'm like, oh, awesome, thanks.
Yep. Hi, kids.
Hi. It's very impressive to the young ones. They find out we have a YouTube channel. Like, you have a YouTube? I'm like, yeah. How many views do you have? I'm like, like 3 million. They're like, what? I can't comprehend it. Yeah, they think that's a lot.
It's cute, but no, our boys do not watch our videos.
No, they don't. Maybe someday they will. Thanks, Matt. Next question. Addie Hughes Guitar. Hashtag Big Mama Sal. Hashtag Carnivore. Hey, Ryan and Angela. How are you keeping? My wife and I from England are visiting Texas in September. Very excited. And I'm wondering... September is better than July.
It is. And August.
I'm wondering what is Texan etiquette when meeting someone new? Do you shake hands, fist bump, as seems to be more popular since COVID, or do you just say, hi, how do you do? What's typical when you meet somebody new?
Okay, so if you actually meet them, so if like someone says, "Hi, this is
well, I just
my wife and you," and they're introducing you, reach out and shake their hand. That is common etiquette in the state of Texas. No, not necessarily fist bump. We don't really do that.
Yeah.
It is handshaking country. Now, if someone says hi to you, because they will, lots of people in Texas will nod. They'll do like a little nod or, just like a side eye contact. If they're not making eye contact, don't make eye contact back because they'll be like, "What?" Wow. But if they do, so if you get a little nod back and say, "Hey," just do like a kind of hi, "Hey," and because people are friendly.
Yeah, I was
very friendly.
I was going into Walmart yesterday or somewhere. I was walking. I think I was coming out and this guy was coming in. I was kind of looking at him like not on purpose, like just kind of. He's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I was like, "Great, how are you?" Like, "Good." And just kind of, I didn't know the guy. He didn't know me. It was just kind of briefly made eye contact and was like, "Hey, how are you?" And I was like, "I'm good. How are you doing?"
Yeah, like if they initiate it.
Yeah, and this morning when I was walking. I was out walking, had my headphones, doing my thing, going down the street, and there's a young lady like walking up the street toward me. She was walking on the wrong side of the street because you walk toward the flow of traffic. So if a car is coming, you see it coming and not behind you. So I was on the correct side of the street for walking, and she was walking on the wrong side. So we were coming like directly towards each other. And I was like, okay. It's a younger lady, not like young, but she's probably like 20 or something.
Right.
Younger compared to me. We're walking. I'm like, this is gonna be awkward. So I started kind of drifting into the middle of the street. I'm gonna go to the other side of the street so I don't make her uncomfortable. Like there's this guy walking toward me, And I kind of veered over the side. Of course we're coming up. Of course I kind of look up, she's like, "Good morning." I was like, "Morning. How you doing?" And then we just kind of kept going. So.
Exactly. Most people are going to say, "Hey." If you make eye contact. If they don't want to make eye contact and they look down, don't initiate it because they don't want to talk. They don't want to talk. Most people, 99.9% of Southerners, especially Texans, if you make eye contact with them, they'll go, "Hey," or they'll say something, about where you're experiencing together. Like if you stop at Buc-ee's, if you're by the produce section, if you're at the gas station, gas prices, they're going to say something because traditionally they're very kind. But
some people just start a conversation.
Yeah. And if they smile at you, just say, "Hey, how are you doing?" That is fine. Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. Like a friend of mine I went to high school with was just in here picking up a guitar. And because we've known each other since high school and we talk guitars and stuff. And the guy with him, I didn't know. And he's like, "Well, hey," and he's like, "Oh, hey, this is my brother, so-and-so." And I was like, "Oh, how are you doing?" So the first thing was like, reach out, shook his hand. Like, "Oh, hey, how are you?" So
very polite.
That was just seemed like the thing to do.
Yes.
Oh, hey, that's what you do. You shake people's hands.
Yep.
So that is still very common. Well, I hope you have a good trip to Texas.
Yes, enjoy it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yes.
For sure.
Let us know what part of Texas you're coming to, because if it's close enough.
Yeah, we're about an hour from Dallas. So it's, if you're in the Dallas area.
East of Dallas.
East of Dallas. Not west or south.
There's nothing out there. We're east.
Nothing west. All right. Thank you, Addie. Great question. Next question. Midnight Wind 8067. Hashtag Big Mama Sal. Hashtag Carnivore. Okay, Ryan. Have you ever had to shim a neck to cure overall fret buzz in the upper octave? If so, what did you use? Oh, that's a really good question. I don't think so. Like for me personally, I don't play very many bolt-on guitars. Maybe once in 13 years, because we had some guitars come in that we were dealers for that I had to do a lot of stuff to make them playable. I can't remember what I used because it's been a while. And that I also learned then, I have some friends who are not that far away, about 40 minutes away, who are like, they are like the best guitar techs in Northeast Texas. I'm like, you know what? This would just be better if I took all of these guitars over them and paid them to do this. Or some of them. The ones that had real problems, like, I'm gonna take them to those guys because they can solve this problem really fast. It's gonna take me a while to do it, so. Nah, I don't think I have. It's been a really long time.
Yeah.
So, and if someone comes in with some serious problems, like with their guitar, I'm like, listen, you could leave this with me and I could work it out, but it's gonna take me a while because I teach all day. However, if you want it fixed faster, go see my friends over at Action Sound in Hawkins, Texas. Action Sound in Hawkins, Texas. Why is it so hard to say?
Too many syllables.
Go see my buddies at Action Sound, and they have 3 or 4 full-time techs, and that's all they do all day long is fix guitars. So, yeah, I don't think I have. If I have, it's been once, and it was a long time ago.
Right.
Can't even remember. What do you guys use? What do y'all use? If you've had to shim your fender neck or any other bolt-on neck, what do you like to use? Tell us down below. Next question. Midnight Wind again. Hashtag Big Mama South. Hashtag Carnivore. What is the greatest song you have heard in the last 2 years? Lyrics, music, production, the whole package.
Ooh.
That's a great question. Best song you've heard in the last 2 years?
Last 2 years.
Now, I'm going to say it doesn't have to have come out in the last 2 years. You just have to have heard it in the last 2 years.
Okay, so that's just different. I don't know. Honestly, don't know. Last 2 years.
What's the last song that came out that you're like, oh, I like this? I like this a lot. Is there one that's tickled your fancy?
Yeah. I mean, kinda. It was a song that we learned with that I learned with my vocalist from the play Waitress by Sarah, I think it's Bareilles, that she wrote. Like, it's like her album, kind of like what they did with the other, what was the other band that had an album they turned into a Broadway play? Anyways.
Cats.
No. And so the song She Used to Be Mine, I love that song. It's really pretty. It's sad, but it's a really well written song, and we've sang that quite a few times. The kids, even the guy singers were like, oh, that's a really great song, because the dynamic and the way this song is written, and it kind of slows down and you get swells and stuff like that. So that would have to be my pick, by Sarah Bareilles. She Used to Be Mine, from the play Waitress.
Huh. There you go. This is a really hard question. I was thinking about it, like, what's the last song? And I was like, oh my goodness, I like this. And it hasn't come out in the last 2 years. But about 2 years ago, I got on this big Opeth kick, where I was like, huh, let me go listen. Like, I knew who they were, just never listened to their albums. I think I bought the most recent record, which came out like a year ago or 2 years ago. And I started going backwards in their catalog, and I got to, well, Sorceress. I think Sorceress is the album, I think. And there's a song, Sorceress, and it's like the second track on that album. And I was like, what is this? This is great. I mean, that whole album is good, but I can listen. Usually if I have that CD in the car, I'll just listen to that one song. I just put that song on a repeat. I'm like, I like this a lot. Now, like I said, it's been out for a couple of years, but I discovered it within the last 2 years. And it's one of those songs, I always make a note. You'll hear a song and I just play it over and over. And like, you don't get tired of it. Like, and I have some songs I'm like, that was great. I only needed to hear that once.
Right.
But there's certain ones that sort of get stuck in your ear. Like a little earwig.
Yeah. Or Curses by
Crane
Wives. Yeah.
Little Rathacon.
And I just remembered the what is it called? Why can't I think of the name? The Highwoman. Oh. The Highwoman song by the Highwoman. The Highwomen.
Highwomen?
Yes, but it's the Highwoman.
Yeah.
I'm a Highwoman. Because it's one man.
Woman.
But the Highwomen.
Not a highwayman.
Yes. But it's like the Highwaymen had their song called Highwaymen, and these women came together as the Highwomen and made a song written in the same vein as the Highwaymen wrote their song, but it was about women throughout time. And I love that song. It's very powerful. It's wonderful. Yep.
My favorite one for the production wise, if you go watch Opeth played at Red Rocks in Colorado, they did a concert there, and there's video of the concert, and their live version of Sorceress from Red Rocks is like, so good.
That's cool.
I like to watch that a bunch. All right, thank you for that question, Midnight Wind. Next question. Jeffrey Egan 4896 # random. If a T-Rex had a pet, what would it be? Whatever it is, I'm sure it would be delicious.
Probably. Yeah.
What do you think?
Our friends, not food.
What do you think a T-Rex would have as a pet?
A T-Rex would probably have maybe like a baby Triceratops, and then when it got too big, he'd eat it. Or a baby Stegosaurus. Again, when it got too big, he'd eat it.
I think he'd have something with really long arms. So then when he needed things, he'd be like, hey.
A sloth. A prehistoric sloth.
A prehistoric sloth. He'd be like, fetch that for me.
Or a saber-tooth.
Thank you. Saber-tooth tiger would be a good pet. Probably that saber-tooth tiger. We have 2 of those. We have 2 saber tigers at the house. And that would be it. All right.
I wish they were.
I wish they were too. Commercial break. If you want to get some art and music swaggity swag, we got a link down in the description of this video. You can go down to our Teespring store, get your art and music t-shirt if you want to, and you can be like, you know, have a giant firebird on your chest, which is great. Go check that out. All right. Next question. Also, Jeffrey Egan. I can't even talk this morning. # first try. Is Kylo Ren a poor man's Vader? Who's Kylo Ren?
No idea.
I have no idea who that is. I told a student yesterday, I was like, listen here. Star Wars ended with Return of the Jedi.
It sure did.
In my universe, there's only 6 Star Wars movies.
Yes. Yes.
Wait, no, there's only 3.
Yes.
No, there's 6. I'll give 1, 2, and 3 in there. It ends with Return of the Jedi.
Because Hayden Christensen came back and did a great job renewing the Vader role with. He did a good.
I like him now,
and it wasn't his fault.
It wasn't his fault
that the writing sucked.
Right.
So,
and the directing
and
sucked.
he was such a kid for such a powerful moment in cinematic history. Yeah. So that wasn't his fault. So I will concede and give you that first 1, 2, and 3. But
1 through 6.
As Luke puts his arm up on that branch and Leia comes up and they see their daddy and their step uncle and their step great great uncle and their hologram figures, that was it. It wrapped.
It's over.
Ta-da! That was it.
Yeah. Kylo's not even a poor man's Vader. He's like nobody's any kind of Vader.
No.
He's horrible.
It's
all horrible.
Worst.
Yeah. 789 does not exist in my universe. If I was Thanos, I would snap them and Rian Johnson out of existence.
They might as well have been like, you know, what was it, the 70s Star Wars Christmas special.
Yes.
It's about like that.
They're in the same category as the Christmas special. Okay. Yeah. Another question from Jeffrey. Thank you, Jeffrey. He's building up the commenting, which is good for the algorithm. So random. # random. What is the most cowboy thing about Texas?
I think in my mind, I thought the name Texas is so cowboy. Like immediately, whenever you think of Texas, no matter who you ask in the whole entire world, they automatically associate it with cowboys and the Dallas Cowboys and the stars, you know, just all the things. But I don't know. What is the most cowboy thing about Texas? Our ranches? I don't know.
The first thing I thought of was that people still ride horses for a living.
Yes.
What's your work truck? It's a horse.
Yes.
People still ride horses on their job.
Yes.
Right? What's your job? Well, I ride horses.
Right.
Not just like riding for funsies, but also like, well, I had to go herd some cattle.
Right. You know, I had to get it out in the back, and the only way to get to what I need to get to, because there's a cow that got dropped in the back.
Yeah, I couldn't get out there in a truck. I had to take a horse.
Cow dropped his calf in the back, so I had to take a horse. Like Dad was even telling us a story about that. And he was like, I had to go all the way at the back, and all I had was my horse and a gun, and you know, I had to watch for pigs. So
mountain lions, cougars.
You just have to, because the cars can't, the Jeeps, the trucks can't get back there.
There's places you can't get to without a horse in Texas. So I think that's pretty cowboy. Well, that's for sure. People still work with cows from horses, right? And people still
because it's not barbecue. There's not a lot of cowboys will eat barbecue. A lot more cowboys, I think, will eat Tex-Mex than barbecue. So maybe Tex-Mex.
Tex-Mex.
Chili. Food.
All right. Now it's time for comment of the day.
Comment of the day. You make the comment, we read the comment of the day.
I don't have a pick in my pocket. I don't have a pick in my pocket. So apparently it's going to be finger style today.
Okay.
All right, comment of the day. This is where we write a song on the spot for you guys. Written by y'all. Y'all write the lyrics, we write the music and vocal melodies. So here we go. Comment of the day song. Here we go.
I don't know what to do. Keep going. Edit this part.
Midnight wind, 8067. Red for beef, white for fish and chicken. It all tastes like chalk water to me. LOL.
Red or beef? White. Red for beef. White for fish and chicken. It all tastes like chalk water to me. LOL. We were talking about last week. It was red wine or white wine.
Mm-hmm.
Angela likes white wine.
Yes, no matter what.
I like no whiners.
No
no whining allowed for me.
Yeah.
So here you go. Thank you, Midnight Wind. Next question. Just Fun and Guitar from England. Hashtag Big Mama Sal. Hashtag Carnivore. I don't drink much wine, but I do like sweet white or sweet red. My wife likes Rosa, which her mom also drinks. I find that too sweet, though. Is it?
Yeah.
New question. What food have you never tried which you really would love to taste?
Ooh.
What? Yeah, that's a good question. That's an easy question for me, but
What?
nothing. I've tasted everything I want to taste.
There's certain places I'd like to eat. I have like a whole list of places, especially in Texas, San Antonio, Austin area, parts of Dallas. My mouth is watering because I haven't had much to eat today. But there's these burrito tacos places that sell, that you can get to dip in the sauce. And it's like ramen. So they do like a ramen, like a cup of noodle. And then they pour the burrito, the hot burrito sauce on top. I hope I'm saying that right. On top of the noodles. Put the little lid on so the noodles can cook. And then fry the tacos and then dip it in this. And so you dip it. Oh my gosh. I've never had that before. And I've always wanted to have that. And
TikTok.
I want to have butter chicken. And like I've had naan before, and I've had other things that are very Indian-esque foods, but I've never had like genuine, like a full meal of, I've had like chicken curry. Like I've said many years ago, probably when I worked in Nacogdoches, we had a lady that worked in the lab who was Indian, and she would bring curry chicken to work, and she was like, hey, try this. It was so hot and so spicy. It was delicious. But that's been like 23 years ago that I had that. And I haven't had it since, any Indian food really, other than buying the naan from Walmart, which does not count. I want homemade, and I've never had that before. And every time I see it, and that chicken and the rice and everything, I just like, Lord help me, I want that so bad. So that would be mine.
There you go. I can't think of anything. I eat what I like. I like what I like. There's nothing out there that I'm like, oh, I've never tried this. I want to try it.
Right. No.
Not interested.
Not so much.
I know what I like.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Great question. Thank you, Just Fun Guitar. Next question, Savinity2677. Hashtag Big Mama Sal. Hashtag Carnivore. My question is, how do you set up guitar and amp with students? How do you set up guitar and amp with students? I'm not really sure I understand that question. Like, do I set up their guitars and set up their amp for them? Or what is like...
And you're in the lesson room?
What is our lesson room set up with the amps? So I'm not really...
It's just general. There's nothing really to it because most of them don't know how to play anything beyond just turning on an amp.
Yeah.
So it's really just no pedals. I mean, unless they go, higher with Ryan, I think.
Well,
but
I'll kind of answer, I guess, from what I'm thinking, what the two thoughts are, right? So I don't really set up their guitars for them unless it's in really bad shape. Like if they have a guitar that's got like, it's, like really heavy strings, like, okay, you need some lighter strings because you're brand new. And like, I've had that where they can barely play it because it's, the action is crazy and it's like heavy strings. Like, we're going to fix this for you so you can actually play the guitar.
Right.
And so I will, if that's what you mean, I will get them the lightest strings we can for new students because we want to make it as easy as possible. And, get the guitar where it's as playable as possible. Now, in our lessons, they don't use their amps. They use my amps. So we have amp. Now, every now and then we'll have a kid will be like, my amp doesn't sound good. I'm like, well, bring it to your lesson, and I'm going to show you how to kind of dial it, what all the knobs and the dials do on your amp. And I'll usually tell them, like, hey, all right, so good rule of thumb, just set everything at noon. Mids, bass, treble. Set those things at noon. You want it to be clean, gain low, volume high. If you want some crunchy crunches, Captain Crunches, gain up, volume down. And I'll kind of show them how their amp works and what all the things do. So if that's what you mean, like, do I tweak their amps and their guitars for them? Sometimes, it just depends. But most of the time it isn't anything real specific, like I want my action to be 1.3 millimeter. It's like, let's just get it playable.
No, there could be two.
All right, because I'm interpreting this question.
No, but you're answering it. You're answering
right,
it great.
But like as far as like what is our setup in the room? Well, we have 2 amps. We play through big old half stacks. In my lesson room, we got big old half stacks.
Not in mine. Mine's just
she has like a 40-watt combo amp. But generally, we'll play through the big, like I have my Mesa Boogie is in there, and the Devil Cat amp is in there, and so we're playing through these big old amps, because it kind of just feels like, oh my gosh.
Yes, but he also uses it for band performances, so it's not just one-on-one coming through the amps. It also helps whenever the kids play as
right, because in my lesson room there's 2 drum sets, and there's a piano, and I have bass amps, and I have guitar amps. So in my room it's kind of set up for lessons, one-on-one lessons, but it also is set up for like band rehearsals too. So I think that's the question. If I'm wrong, re-ask that question with a little more clarity. Like, what do you mean? Like our room setup or the actual guitar and amp setup? But I think you answered that. Final question. Angela Lawley giving hope.
I mean,
great video, Ryan. If you could perform with anyone from the past, who would it be? You didn't even put hashtags in there. Hashtag Big Mama Sound.
I did in the live, and I didn't think about it. Sorry.
Angela has a question. Great video. If you could perform with anyone, does that mean someone who's passed away? Someone from the past who has passed away.
Yes.
See? Because you're here, I can get clarification on that question. Oh man, who do you think it would be?
I don't know.
I want you to guess.
Beethoven.
No. Why would I play with Beethoven?
Because most of the people that you would play with,
I'm gonna play timpani with Beethoven.
Would you play with?
He wouldn't be able to hear me.
You didn't have to go there.
Well, it's true.
Are still alive.
Are they?
Oh no, tell me.
Oh my gosh, Dimebag Darrell.
Oh yes.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And Dimebag and Vinny. Because they're both gone now.
Yes.
Right. So that's probably, I was trying to think of who has passed away that I'm like, I was just having a conversation with my friend Joseph. The other half of the ZZ Top tribute band. We were talking about Pantera and Metallica and like concerts and stuff. And I said, what do you think about it? He's like, I don't know if I want to go see it. Because he saw Pantera back in the day, the real Pantera, and not the current version of Pantera that's touring,
Right.
And he was kind of like, yeah, I saw them with the brothers, and I was like, yeah, me too. That was my first show. And 3 times I saw them. And he's like, I don't know if I want to, you know, I said, I get why they're doing it. And, you know, they're making a crap load of money. And he's like, I understand why Zach's doing it because they were best friends. And so he would go do it, you know. So we had a little conversation about that. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to go to the Metallica show and they're playing because I'm like, I'd like to see it in person. Although deep down inside, I'm still like, I don't really feel great about this because, you know, it'd be like Sammy Hagar and Michael Anthony going on tour with, you know, Joe Satriani and Greg Bissonette and calling it Van Halen. It's like, is it really Van Halen if Eddie and Alex aren't in the band? Is it though? I mean, is it?
It's more like a tribute.
It's if they would call it Tribute to Van Halen goes on tour, you know, Michael Anthony.
That'd be different.
That would be different if they called it that. But that's not what they're calling it. Anyways. But from that time, we were talking. I said, you know, when I was a kid, I definitely kind of idolized those guys. You know, and even like Zach Wild, when I was a young man, I was like a teenager and like a young 20s, like, oh, Zach, you know, and like I guess now that I'm a little older, I'm like, everybody's just a person. Like nobody's perfect. People are just people. They're going to disappoint you and stuff. But if I could go back and play with anybody, just like jam, sit down and play with them,
Right.
that'd probably be who it'd be. Because a lot of my other quote-unquote heroes, I guess, or influences, are still alive, so that's great. So it'd definitely be Dime and Vinny. Whoa! At the same time. Whoa! That'd be great. I'd be incredibly intimidated, but it'd be super fun.
Super fun.
I could play bass.
Barely an
I could play bass with them, you know.
Yep.
Super easy. Barely an inconvenience. All right. That was the final question. Thank you, Angela Lawley, giving hope for the final question.
You're welcome.
You're amazing. All right. So if you guys and girls watch this whole video, it's time for secret hashtag of the day, which means you watch the entire thing. From start to finish. Secret hashtag of the day is hashtag the brothers. Hashtag the brothers.
There you go.
And we'll know that you watched the entire thing. If you have a comment or question for next week, please type it down below in the comment section of this video so we can see those comments and, you know, select for next week's questions. And we'll answer those next week, probably. Maybe we'll go live between now and then. I don't know. This will probably go up on Sunday, which won't matter because if you're watching it right now, it's Sunday. But anyway.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. We'll probably, I think these are probably going to be on Sundays from now on, would be my guess, because we try to film Thursday, Friday. Today's a Friday. That gives me a little bit of cushion to edit and do all that stuff and then publish it. So. All right. Thank you guys so much for your questions. Thank you for watching. Thanks for getting some swaggity swag. Yeah. Until next time, keep the music alive.
Don't forget it.
The music needs you.
And you need the music.
And we need to keep it alive for the next generation.
That's right.
We did it. Yay. First try. So excited. All right. See you guys next time.
Bye. Bye. I want some hashtag tacos.